chat, my phone on silent, non-vibration. I'd go ahead and say 90% of the time these days. Anyone else? Most of the time, if I've missed a call, check who it was. Half the time, it's some sort of salesman and I don't call back. And half the time, it's someone who was trying to reach me. And then I'm just like, hey, man. I check it often enough that, like, it's okay to miss it. And then I just call them back. Yeah, I realized I just barely ever have it on unless I'm specifically expecting a call. If I'm expecting a call, I turn on the sound. But if not, it's always on silent, no vibrate. I've just realized, like, I don't have the need to answer the phone right away. And it's been like that for a solid, like, I'd say a year and a half. It's gotten more and more. Now I'm at the point where I never have it on vibrate or sound unless I absolutely know that I need to expect a call. That's healthy. Isn't it unhealthy that you check so often? Yeah, but I mean, with so often, I mean often enough that it's not weird. I'm not calling my mom back 10 hours later, I'm calling her back like an hour later. I've been trying to think of a way to let loose. So I've been thinking about for a while to use my phone less or even stop having a smartphone. Genuinely. Like I've realized every day when I'm on Reddit, I end up on like Instagram memes or something. Whatever it is, I've realized that 95% of it means nothing to me. And this isn't anything new. I'm sure you're all like, yeah, same. But so for a while, I've been thinking about trying to reduce it. And I kind of want like a flip phone or whatever. The only thing stopping me is it's so nice and easy to pay for things and to identify myself. Sweden has an app called Bank ID, and it's how you identify yourself online. When I'm logging into my bank, when I go into a 24/7 store that doesn't have a person in it, I need Bank ID to get in. You Bank ID, you scan the QR code, identify yourself with Bank ID, and then it opens and you could go in. I wouldn't be able to do that if I don't have a smartphone on me. I can't go to those stores. I mean, the paying thing, the card thing, I could go back to just having a card. But the Bank ID thing, man. If I could just have a phone with just Bank ID and then nothing else smart-wise, then I'd be good. Without a person? Yeah, we have like 24/7 stores in Sweden that are obemannade. There's no person inside, but it's locked and it unlocks for 10 seconds if you identify yourself. Unfortunately, in Sweden, you're basically forced to carry a smartphone because of the Bank ID. Yeah, it's the only... I'm not going to go back to a fucking dosa. Fucking bank dosa. Can't you make your smartphone dumb? No, because it's an addiction. It's an addiction. I'm out and I'm like, oh, right, I should check if that guy answered it. And I'll reinstall Discord to check if I've got a DM. Even though I'd be fine waiting an hour until I'm home and can check on my computer. So the only way for me to truly do it, if I truly want to do it, is to remove smartphones and not have one. I'm mixed about the encroachment of tech. It's convenient to a point, but it can be such a hassle if it all breaks down. Or like the elderly who don't have email or never used a computer. Yeah. It's got plenty of good things, but it's so addictive these days. I can't... Yeah, there's Swish as well. The way we pay each other. I think my solution has to be that I uninstall everything except the things I absolutely need. And then find an app that can lock it with a really long password. So I have multiple steps if I truly want to install anything. And if I set up all those steps, then maybe it's harder for me to like reinstall them and stuff in the moment when I do want to check something. It would kind of suck with no phone camera just in your pocket. Yeah, this would solve that. Then I'd still have my phone camera. I could set an app up with a password, and the password is only located on my computer. Therefore, when I'm out and about, I can't actually do it. It's not that complicated getting rid of a social media addiction. I haven't had any in 3 years and removed my stress 90%. Yeah, but the difference is, I would assume, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know what you work with. I work with this stuff, and so there is a part of me, a need in me when I'm out to check things. I want to get rid of that by not having the option. I don't need to know everything 24/7. I could only check it when I'm at home on my computer and be absolutely fine. I would disagree with what you say either way, though. It is hard to get rid of a social media addiction. Judging by the fact that every time I talk about it, I have so many people in my chat saying they want to do the same thing, and they haven't been able to do it yet. I have gotten rid of certain things. I don't go to Twitter anymore. I haven't gone to Twitter in a year. 2 years? I don't know. These days it's like Reddit. Reddit used to be kind of fun and interesting, but it's not anymore. I've noticed Reddit has more of an algorithm these days, actually. It's constantly giving me new things based on like one post I read. r/Ryan Reynolds. And it shows me a post from it, like, just because I read some news article on r/entertaining about Ryan Reynolds. And then it's like, and it'll say like, recommended because we think you like this. Like, and it's like, what? No. Yes. And I find myself consumed by it. And I realize I don't really need to be. It's just a very depressing place recently. There's not a lot of fun stuff. I don't know if it helps, but maybe pick up reading on your phone or getting a Kindle or something. Well, that's what I want to replace it with. I have a Kindle and I listen to Audible. And so maybe, so that's how I've been thinking. I want to do more healthy things when I don't have much to do. I want to read just books and stuff. I've been feeling that need for quite some time. People act like they're powerless to stop themselves from checking social media, but it's that belief really that is the core problem. Well, no, it's like it is an addiction. Like I feel like you're kind of simplifying. I know what you're trying to say, man, but it's really simplifying a very like I just explained, I need to have a phone because of certain apps that are like needed for my life. Like Bank ID, like we have in Sweden. I need that to identify myself online. So I need this phone. And so when I'm on the bus for 40 minutes, it's more just convenience and my mind goes, I'm kind of bored. I can just check it this one time and go, even though in the long run, I know that makes me feel worse. Short term, I'll be like, it's fine. And then what do I know it? I do that a couple times and I'm back to it. It's not, you're making it sound very easy when like these apps are made to keep you on them. They're all Shorts and TikTok and Instagram and Reddit. They all design their stuff to be addictive and to keep you going. So I think it's kind of, it's a little, and I know where you were going with it. This isn't anything to you. I think it's almost a little ignorant to be like, people, like, the problem is people don't think they can do it. No, the problem is that, like, these apps are made to be super addictive. And it is hard. Like, I'm sitting here saying, I need to find a way to lock this away so that I can't, because then I'll find options that are healthier to entertain myself. And then I'll also, hopefully, be able to, we did hundreds of years. We did more than that, but let's say that we did 100 years prior to the 90s without phones, and people were fine sitting on a train for an hour in a bus, and they'd just read the newspaper or something, which wasn't made, there were less addictive ways to entertain yourself. And because we've had this, I'm going to speak from my own experience. I feel that my brain has been rewired to the point where if I sit for 10 seconds without doing or reading anything, or like, then I'm like, I'm bored, I need to do something. And so it's so incredibly easy for me to pick this up and entertain myself. And so I want to stop myself from being able to do that so that I can rewire my brain to not have such a short attention span. I can feel how much this has ruined my attention span. And I want to change that. Does all of that make sense? I've done plenty of things. I have gotten like a lot of things down. I put my Instagram app into a folder called Don't Do It. Right now it's called Remember the Rules with Instagram and YouTube. And I've set up rules for myself. And I still sometimes, even though I see that to go in, I still skip the rules sometimes. Because it's so easy and I'm bored. And when I'm bored, I'm like, who gives a fuck about this healthy mindset thing? I'm just gonna fucking scroll here and entertain myself while I'm waiting for my pizza to heat up. But if I didn't have that, then I'd go and do something healthier. Like fucking clean a little bit or something. Just something, I don't have to just like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna start repeating myself. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to solve. But somebody said there's an app for it, because I can't get rid of the phone because of the few things I mentioned that I actually do need. So I think that app to just lock it away, that's going to solve it. I spend time doing nothing when you could be doing something. That's my thought. Yeah. And the crazy thing is you could be talking about either side. Either you're saying, why spend time doing nothing when you could be doing something? As in, you may as well just hop on an app and waste some time away and scroll TikTok if you're anyway just stood there doing nothing or sat on the bus. But you could also read it in the way where you're saying, why spend time doing nothing, as in nothing being scrolling TikTok when you could be doing something, like doing something more productive. So this is what I mean. Like I don't actually know what side you're on when you say that. To me, my belief is it's entertaining, but it's nothing. I get nothing from it. This is all too deep for me. I'm going on Insta Reels. Fair. Have a good time, man. Agree with the notion of like, why sit there doing nothing, but I hate the idea of humans spending most of the time just consuming random content. Feels really dystopian. Yeah. But I also notice like those like 2 minutes that you're waiting for something in the microwave to go, I've noticed how much I can get done in just those 2 minutes. Instead of just being like even those just 2 minutes, there's small things I can do in the apartment to entertain myself and just clean up a little, fill a few things in the dishwasher, and then it's ready. There's so many things. I've noticed how much time I'm wasting just doing something that I'm going to get absolutely nothing from, compared to just these small things I could be doing. Or I would argue also, doing nothing is healthy. Doing nothing is so healthy. Not all the time, but there are times in which it's probably pretty healthy for you to just sit there and be with your thoughts. I'm sure half of you guys hate me for talking about this. It's such a, I don't judge you if you want to do it. I'm talking about for myself, how I'm thinking for me. I'm just sharing what I feel about around it for myself. I'm not yelling at you for doing it. I'm yelling about it from my perspective, how it affects me. You may feel differently. You may in fact feel that you do get some stuff from it. You may have a job that gets you so tired that all you want to do is just go home and shut off your brain and just be entertained for 2 hours on memes. That's absolutely fine. Go for it. But for me, I feel like it's just taking away hours from my life. You scroll on your phone while watching shows? No, I'm still good enough that like when I watch shows or movies, I never scroll. Never. I'm always just in it. So that I'm good on. It's very much a brain rewiring that's needed. Yeah, and I've become really self-aware about that for myself, and that's why I'm trying to figure out this phone thing. I want to really. I thought about it hard today while I was at the spa because I was doing nothing. I was literally just sat in a pool. I was sat in a sauna. I was going around doing nothing other than just sitting. And I was thinking about like, obviously I'm in a fucking spa. It's nice, but I was thinking about like just the idea of it and how like it's not that bad, you know? So I made it a goal for myself when I had lunch afterwards to not use my phone. And I just sat there. And it was okay. And then I put on an audiobook for half of it. And that, I don't mind. That's nice. There's nothing trying to keep me, there's nothing like addictive out of that. That's just me listening to a book. I'll let you know how this goes. Any no phone progress just yet? Since yesterday? Yeah, actually, I got an app that blocks shit. Let's see how many times I instinctively tried to open Instagram today. I tried to open Instagram 8 times today and it blocked it.